Well, mighty fine and a great big Mother's Day Cowboy Church Live howdy. Goodness gracious, are we glad to see you this morning. Thanks for taking the time to come worship with us, and welcome. We're just so proud that you're with us again. It's a beautiful, beautiful day out here in the Panhandle. Hope that it is where you are. We've had lots of rain, but it's made everything just green, and God's on the throne. Couldn't be much better, could it? Hey, we're just so excited about Mother's Day and to kind of get together and celebrate and remember great mothers of the Bible, great mothers in our lives. And as a way to do that, to introduce that, why my beautiful wife, and I'm just bragging on her again, as you may remember a couple weeks back, won the ladies competition at the Cowboy Poetry Gathering that we went to over in Oklahoma. And she did it by reciting a poem that she wrote several years ago about her mother. And so I've asked her if she might come and share that poem with us. It's going to sound real familiar to you. Can you get through? Lots of wires and lots of stuff in the way anymore, but so Miss Dorinda, if you would, please.
Well, good morning, everyone, and happy Mother's Day to all you amazing mothers. As Pastor Jack said, I wrote this to honor my mom. My hope is that in hearing it, that it reminds you a little bit of yours. I was so blessed in my growing up years to have a mom that loved me and made all my fears disappear. When faced with the difficulties that growing up brings, Mom was right there with her sayings about things. I want to be pretty, to her I declared. Pretty is as pretty does, is the wisdom that she shared. Pot calling the kettle black is what I remember. She encouraged me to look at myself before criticizing another human race member. Mom was always about being punctual, and when I was not, better late than never, along with that look, was the saying that I got. Here's another one that comes to mind. One man's trash is another man's treasure. How did she know that? She had wisdom beyond measure. There were times when my work ethic was not up to snuff. Anything worth doing is worth doing well, she proclaimed, and trust me, that response was enough. I can't, said I, when life's challenges were great. Can't, never, could, do nothing. Mom's words left no room for debate. When confronted with many options, having no idea what to do, Mom offered her sayings that turned out to be so true. A wise man changes his mind, she said. A fool never does. She spoke with complete sincerity, believing that was the way it was. As a youngster, I asked many what for questions to my mom. Cat fur to make you a pair of kitten breeches, she answered so calm. I'd scratch my head and wonder, what in the world does that mean? But it did stop the questions, which was the purpose, it seems. What's good for the goose is good for the gander, one to rely on when thinking about fairness and candor. And my favorite I still today use and recall, if you can't say something good about somebody, don't say anything at all. All of Mom's sayings held so much goodness and truth. Her purpose, I think, was for me to remember them always, not just in my youth. As I said before, God has certainly blessed me and given me gifts I will always treasure. One of those, of course, is to have a mom like mine, whose sayings still bring my heart pleasure. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you, Miss Dorinda. We may have had the same mother. So many of those, I'm sure some of those sounded familiar to you guys too, but thank you so much for sharing that. We appreciate it. wanted to just do a couple of things here as part of my celebration. This is kind of an aside. Several years ago, I used to pastor a church in northern Indiana, about 85 miles from where I lived. And on many Sundays, why I would look up, and about time for church to start, in the door would come my mom, dragging my dad behind her. She would say, "We've got to go hear Jack preach today," and so she used to run down there. So what I want to do for music this morning is a couple of my mom's favorite songs. Well, I am weak, but thou art strong. Jesus, keep me from all wrong. I'll be satisfied as long as I walk. Let me walk close to thee. Just a closer walk with thee. Granted, Jesus is my plea. Daily walking close to thee. Oh, let it be, dear Lord, let it be. When my feeble life is o'er, time for me will be no more. Guide me safely, gently over to thy kingdom shore, to that shore. Just a closer walk with thee. Granted, Jesus is my plea. Daily walking close to thee. Oh, let it be, dear Lord, let it be. Just a closer walk with thee. Granted, Jesus is my plea. Daily walking close to thee. Oh, let it be, dear Lord, let it be. Oh, let it be, dear Lord, let it be. Oh, daily walking close to thee. I just love that. And Mom, that one's for you. Mom, hey, listen, also, we used to do, again, talking about our church, we used to do our second hymn as a hymn of choice. And after church one day, my mom said to me, "You know, I never get my hand up fast enough when we're down there visiting." And so come the next time she came down, we got ready to do the hymn of choice. And I said, "Our second hymn this morning is a hymn of choice, Mom." And of course, those of you that have been in several churches know that B17, or not B17, that would be on the jukebox. Hymn number 17, okay, was my mom's favorite hymn. And so this is from my mom and my grandmom. Oh Lord my God, when I in awesome wonder consider all the worlds thy hands have made, I see the stars, I hear the rolling thunder, thy power throughout the universe displayed. Then sings my soul, my Savior God, to thee. How great thou art, how great thou art. Then sings my soul, my Savior God, to thee. How great thou art, how great thou art. When through the woods and forest glades I wander, and hear the birds sing sweetly in the trees, and I look down from lofty mountain grandeur, and hear the brook and feel the gentle breeze, then sings my soul, my Savior God, to thee. How great thou art, how great thou art. Then sings my soul, my Savior God, to thee. How great thou art, how great thou art. And when I think that God his Son not sparing sent him to die, I scarce can take it in. And on that cross, my burden gladly bearing, he bled and died to take away my sin. Sings my soul, my Savior God, to thee. How great thou art, how great thou art. Sings my soul, my Savior God, to thee. How great thou art, how great thou art. when Christ shall come with shouts of acclamation and take me home. What joy shall fill my heart, and I shall bow in humble adoration and there proclaim, my God, how great thou art.